everybody. Some of you have seen me before. My name is Robert Zuckerman, and I'm a Dean's Fellow here at FIU. And my position is a little more kind of make it up as I go, not strictly academic. So one of the things that I come from a background of working in Hollywood in the movie business, and over the years have been to many open mic nights, where and I've always thought it was a great avenue for expression, creative self-expression, and also empowerment. It's a very powerful thing to get up in front of other people and speak. So anyway. That's what, whereas some of the other people here are more academically oriented, I feel it's very important to nurture that part of us, the self-expression and the creativity, and it's part of what an educational system should do. So that's why we're doing this, and this is Open Mic 4, so we're kind of off and running here. All right, so we're going to start out, and there's some people may still show up a little while, but I guess maybe I'll just get the ball rolling here, and as I'll tell you guys a story. So, but you can basically do anything up here. You can do spoken word, poetry. We have some comedians, musicians, incredible singer in the room, two incredible singers, and then. But what I have is I have a story to tell you guys from my days working in the Hollywood movie business, and I was very fortunate. To have a good long-term relationship with working with Will Smith through the years. The first job I did with him was when they were filming Bad Boys 2 down here back in 2002, and we got along very well. In fact, at the time, it was early on in the days of digital photography, so the studio which was doing that film was Sony Pictures, and me being the still photographer on the movie, they're very kind of paranoid about photos being leaked. They don't want anything being leaked, so they didn't want me to give any. I had a tradition where I like to give photos to the actors because it helps them with their character, and they get to see some of their work, and they like my photos. But Sony said don't give any photos to any of the actors before I was going out. So anyway, early on in the filming, after the first day or two I was there, I said I had a photo of Will. It was really cool, and I said, well, I'm not supposed to show this to you, but here it is anyway. And then so he really liked it. Then the next day he came up to me. He goes, "Hey man, you got any of those photos you're not supposed to show me?" And so it became like a daily routine. And I used to keep them in a little FedEx envelope. And he'd see the FedEx envelope. He'd see me walking with it. He goes, "Robert, you got some heat there?" And so that was how we always referred to the photos. But anyway, the story I'm going to tell you is a little later on. That was 2002. Flash forward to 2011, and Will was working on Men in Black 3 in New York City, and I wasn't working on the film, but he hired me to be a personal photographer for him to create. He wanted to create photographs for his archives, his personal archives. So he wanted me to catch him, just work on, not be the photographer photographing other actors, but just focus on him. So I was in New York on Men in Black 3. And by that time I was in this wheelchair, but back then I could still maneuver with a cane. I can't do that anymore, but I could get around with a cane. So they were filming one day at Coney Island. Oh, and I'd heard a quote that Will had said, which really resonated with me, which I think is a great quote. He said, 99% is the same as nothing. Does that resonate at all? It means like either give 100% or don't bother. So I thought that's a great quote. So anyway, we're at Coney Island. Everyone knows Coney Island in New York, and it's a famous old amusement park. And so they're doing a scene where he's walking. They're filming him walking up this alleyway, and I noticed that when he stopped, if I was at a low angle, that he'd be the Wonder Wheel would be centered around him. So that would make a great photograph. So I kind of got off of this thing and worked my way. So my legs were under a light stand, and I was in the perfect position so that when he stopped, the Wonder Wheel would be behind him. So they did the scene like 4 or 5 times, and then when they said cut finally, he looked down and he noticed me on the ground. He goes, "Hey man, what are you doing down there?" And I said to him, I used his quote. I said, "Well, 99% is the same as nothing," and so he was helping me get up. And I go, listen, Will, whenever I use that quote, I always give you credit. He goes, no, 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 no. The first time you give me credit, the second time you say, well, somebody I know always says 99% is the same as nothing. Then the third time you go, well, like I always say, 99% is the same as nothing. So that's my Will Smith story. So first up, Angel. Please give a warm round of applause. Thank you.
Tú buscabas planes imperfectos, yo soñaba con real. Tú mirabas en el calendario, yo pintaba un día más, cuando no es realidad. ¿Quién es dueño de cada momento? Si puedes avanzar, el mismo instante yo te cambié, que ya es hora de actuar. Paso con la verdad. Una imagen y 12 palabras, todo pasa tan fugaz. Deberíamos improvisar. Nadie quema todos los recuerdos, siempre vuelven al azar. Lo predice la casualidad. ¿Quién es dueño de cada momento? Si no puedes avanzar, al mismo instante yo te marqué, que ya es hora de actuar. ¿Qué pasó con la verdad? Y tu mirada y mil cañones disparan siempre a matar. Tienes tiempo de equivocarte, hacemos siempre al despertar. Tienes tiempo, tienes tiempo. Thank you. Hoy y no espera que se complique más. Huir de aquí como la última vez, enraizar en otra ciudad. Nos cogimos la medida de nuestra falsedad. Dilatamos las pupilas por la obviedad. Dos días después algo cambió, no mirabas igual a los demás. Algo cambió, última vez, enraizar en otra ciudad. Recorrimos medio mundo, olvidando el otro medio, por no querer luchar un instante que separa lo que piensa el destino de su casualidad. Nunca encuentra lo que está dentro de ti, lo que está dentro de mí, no supimos apagar. Lo que está dentro de ti, lo que está dentro de mí, no supimos apagar otro incendio. Gracias. Thank you so much.
Cool. Thank you, Robert, for pumping up the crowd for me. Appreciate that. They're like, who is this dude? All right, what's going on, man? Everything good? All right. Like that. Always love coming to Robert's room. First of all, thank you, Robert, just for having me here. Always a privilege, always an honor to perform at your venues. It's cool. Second of all, I love performing on South Beach because, like, South Beach is a different world, isn't it? Very unique place. Very odd. It's like the only place you could see a homeless person with an iPhone 7. You know what I mean? You're like, how much change are you collecting out here, my dude? Like, you see him just FaceTiming people on the corner. You're like, oh, you FaceTiming over there? Amazes me, man. You notice how, like, the price went up with homeless people? I don't know if you noticed. Price went up. Things are changing right now. Used to be, let me get some change. You got some change on you? I had a homeless person the other day. I was walking in the store. He said, hey, you got $5 on you? I said, dude, wait a minute. $5? Now you taking away my groceries. Like, I can't even go to Publix if I give you $5. Like, things are changing right now for homeless people. It's amazing. But who am I to judge, though? You know what I mean? Who am I to judge? I don't know him and his circumstance, anything like that. But I do know I'm blessed to have the opportunity to not just be like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Let me just live in the streets. You know, think about that. Think about that for a second. One day in your life, like, he might have been like a high roller at one point in time. And then you just have to make a decision. Everyone makes decisions. You know what I mean? One day, like, his boy might have called him and been like, hey, you going to work today? Nah, man. Hey, you gonna pay that electric bill? Nah. Hey, man, so are you thinking about finding another job? Not today, my nigga. Not today. Yeah, something just decided to come in you where you were just like, you know what? I think the streets is the best option for me and my life that's happening around me. You know, it's a bold decision that you just made right there. You know, everyone's 2 steps away from being homeless. I'm like a half step. You know what I mean? I'm a half step. Gotta pay that rent, right? Gotta pay that rent. It's amazing. I don't know, man. People amaze me. A lot of new drug dealers in the game. It's just crazy. Because the reason why I bring that up is because the other day, I don't know if he was homeless or if he had a job. Maybe his job was just selling weed. But I don't know what it was. But sometimes when you're on South Beach and you're walking by somebody just might say something to you like, weed, coke. They might say that to you. It happened multiple times to me. I just been walking down the street, somebody, weed, coke. They trying to get you to buy their merchandise, right? I ignore them, man, every time. There was this one time, though, right? There was this one time. I was walking by this guy, right? I was just on my way to work, walking. And this dude walked by me, and he said, best weed in America. And he kept walking. I was like, wait a minute. You can't just throw out like a resume like that. You can't just throw out a proposal. Like, I was just so impressed by the way he offered it to me. He didn't say like, yo, I got that. He said best weed in America. I was like, whoa. Show me what you got, son. Show me what you got. This is impressive. It's all about how you market yourself at the end of the day. My man did a fantastic job. I don't know, man. Quit smoking weed, though. I did. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Been clean about 20 minutes now. It's hard. Don't judge me. It's been tough out here. It's been tough. This 20 minutes has been fucking torture. Jesus. I tell you though, honest truth, if I toke every now and then, you know what I mean? I try to kick back though because I do dumb shit every time I do smoke. You know what I mean? Just the dumbest stuff ever. Give you a story, right? I was at my boy's crib the other day. He got me high, smoked me up. Wasn't even my choice. I just walked into it, and he was just like, you ever walk into a situation where, like, you were just like, you know what, I'm just going to vibe. But they're like, no, hit this, son. You're like peer pressure isn't even an option. It's just like, you really not going to hit this, though? Are you really not going to hit this, though? You're like, well, I guess I take one. Yeah. So I was there. My boy got me high, right? You know, smoke, got me high, hit him up. I was like, oh, man, thank you so much for getting high. I went back to my crib. I started texting him. I was like, yo, man, I think I left my phone at your crib, dog. I don't know. Look on the table for it or something. I don't know what I did with it. He was like, what's wrong with you? Other stuff happens too. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be wondering, like, weed's a powerful drug. You know what I'm saying? It's getting legal everywhere. But it's just how you can't abuse the shit. You can't go to work high, you know? You go back home, you're just like, nigga, did I clock out of work today? They're going to fire my ass. I know they're going to fire me. Start getting paranoid about life. I'll tell you one thing I started doing a lot lately when I started smoking. You ever go into your refrigerator knowing damn well that you don't have anything in your refrigerator? It's just a personal problem that I got. I be doing that shit all the time. Like, I be going into my fridge thinking I got something in there, and I just open that bitch up. I'm just like, still nothing there? All right, I'll check back in 20 minutes. I got you. 20 minutes. It's amazing to me, man. It's crazy. I don't know, man. I started dating, right? That's always crazy. Started dating, which I don't know. Marriage is crazy. We got any married people in the building? You? Let me tell you something. Marriage once, for your husband, it was once, like, it was just, before marriage, it was a glorious day. Like, he was just, I'm a bachelor. He was doing the Dougie, and he was, like, dancing everywhere. But when you get married, it's like you took his bachelor's degree and gained your master's. That's pretty much how that happens. And I'm going to just let that reflect. When you guys go home, that joke is going to settle in. You're going to be like, this nigga's a genius. All right? For number one. Single is amazing, man. Being single is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I've been dating, and dating is crazy because dating is just like a fucking job interview, right? Any single people in here? All you motherfuckers coupled up? Everyone's coupled up? Single? Y'all look like you in between just fucking or not fucking. I'm not sure what's going on right here. You know what I'm saying? Give him some ass. Just let it happen. It's all right. I'm just saying, man, if he's trying hard, you know what I'm saying, he's putting A+ effort in, give him some ass, whatever. Women be holding out on men nowadays, man. Come on, give him some ass, man. No, I'm just saying. Nigga took you a nice place. It's nice in here. We got paintings everywhere and Robert Zuckerman's pictures. Give him some ass. Only reason I say it's hard being single, man. You're doing a lot of stuff right now. Doing a lot of stuff. Looks like a smart kid. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. My point being is, sorry to put you on the spot like that. We're all love out here. We're all love. My man, just keep it up. We're almost in there. We almost got it. We're almost there. Just got a little bit more work to do. We're okay. Friend zone's tough, man. I'm going to teach you how to get out. It's okay. I'm saying, being single, though, being single is just like when you're going on dates. It's just a job interview. That's all it is. Job interview. I'm going to start bringing my resume to my dates. Start speed the process up. You know what I mean? Speed the process up. Nah, you got to surprise her. You know what I mean? You got to surprise her. Like, I'm going to just hand it to her when the waters come. When the waters come, it's just going to say stuff like, has above average size penis, Can have sex up to 17 minutes when Hennessy is applied. Stuff like that, just so she knows what she's dealing with when she's getting into it. I don't need surprises. We don't need that. You know what I mean? It's so tough. You know what I mean? The single thing. I mean, women think too much. You know what I mean? Women think too much. Y'all coupled up. Let me ask you something. You ever been watching a movie with your significant other at home, and then you watching that movie, and the dude in the movie is cheating on his girl, and then she start looking at you some type of way about your life? You're like, bitch, this is Netflix. This ain't the real thing. This ain't the real thing. I canceled my whole Netflix operation. I canceled it. I couldn't take it anymore. He's trying to try my life. I don't do that. Being single is raw, though, man. Being single is raw. Because everything's so complicated nowadays, right? Everything's so complicated. Women, y'all. Remember when sex was easy back in the day? It was easy, right? It was easy. It was like, boom, boom, you guys just did it and stuff like that, right? Nowadays, sex is so complicated. It's like I need an instruction manual from Toyota on how to get the engine started. You know what I mean? It's like, we don't need all that. Apply part A to part B. It's like, bitch, we don't need that. You know what I mean? It's amazing. But fellas, I know this is going to put y'all in an awkward situation, what I say to you right now. And to everyone in this room, it's going to be an awkward situation. But fellas, you remember the first time you ever hit it from the back? What a glorious day that was. What a glorious day that was. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to laugh. What a glorious day that was, right? First time you seen butt cheeks lifted up in the air, you were like, what? Your favorite song popped into your head. Isn't this lovely? Isn't this wonderful? Maybe you have a different song than me. I don't know. I'm just saying, it's a difficult thing. You know what I mean? Being single. But when you're trying to get out the single zone, trying to get out the friend zone, I'm gonna help you on this shit, man. It's tough. It's tough. It's really tough getting out. There's only a 2% chance you're gonna make it out, man. There's only a 2% chance you're gonna make it out right now. But god damn it, when you make it out, it's gonna be a glorious day for you. It's gonna be glorious. It's like you just hit the game-winning home run in the World Series. Like you hit that game-winning shot in the NBA World Championship. As soon as you're done having sex, you're just going to stand up in the middle of your living room talking about, it's like, thank God for the opportunity. Big shout out to Hennessy for getting her drunk. Durex condoms, I don't know, beat Archie, dog. You know, maybe you'll do something different. That's what I did. Before I get out of here, just want to leave y'all on a weird note. It's been real weird, but it's been real. It's been real. I love y'all too. I don't know nothing about you, but I love you. That's some shit that we say from time to time. Light-skinned people, we just be like, I love you, man, for no reason. Because we blend in with everybody. It's like amazing. Just, you know, if something bad's happening, we just be like, yo, we with them, son. You know what I mean? We just go both sides. Light-skinned people, we could do that. It's crazy. I've never seen a baby pigeon before. Have you? I don't think they exist. I've never seen a baby pigeon. I've never seen a baby pigeon before. I've never seen one before. It amazes. Every time you see a pigeon, he's like, you know what I mean, on the street, grown, looked like he just battled like the Goliath. I've never seen a baby pigeon before. It came across my mind the other day. I was like, where are you keeping them? I've never seen a baby pigeon. And like I was just thinking about, I was like, man, like I think they multiply when you feed them bread. They come to, you ever notice they just everywhere over there, they fucking multiply when you feed them bread. They come from the Matrix, what I'm trying to say to you. They come from the Matrix. I saw a pigeon on the way here. and I understand what I look like, and that I'm talking about pigeons right now, but it just had to be discussed. It had to be done. I saw a pigeon on the way here by himself, and I was looking at him, and I was like, you tricky motherfucker. Where you keeping him? And I just had that conversation because I had to get that out with him because I didn't know where he was keeping him. I think if I seen a baby pigeon, I'd kidnap him. And then like train him to be like the LeBron James of pigeons. What? How gangster would that? What do you mean? What do you mean no? Everyone keeps parakeets and birds and talking birds in their house. If I kidnapped a baby pigeon and I released him, he'd be dominating the species right now. What? Some weird stuff. I feed him HGH so he can fly backwards. It'd be the only bird that could do it. He can do it though. You know what I mean? How cool would that be if you were a baby pigeon and then like you came out just like, oh, well, you just got wings out here, son, and then like you just chilling with your boys, and then like you, all right, I gotta get out of here. You're like, yo, was he flying backwards? Is he flying backwards? I'd have him. I'm still talking about it. Give me a second. I'd have him leading flying V-Packs of ducks to the sky. They ain't supposed to do that. I'm gonna let you go home and sleep on that one because that's really cool. That's some shit that I just said right there. I thought about it for a really long time before I came here. And before I get out of here, Robert, can I say one more before I go? Appreciate that, man. Been watching a lot of Shark Week. You guys watch Shark Week? All right, cool. I'm gonna ask one more time, just to get a little bit of crowd interaction going. Do y'all watch Shark Week? That's cool. Before y'all were like, we don't got cable. Like, what the fuck? Speak up, goddammit. I'm here. I'm alive. You know what I'm saying? We doing this right now. All I'm saying is that I hope you get ass tonight. I'm just playing. I'm messing with y'all right now because y'all fucking just both wearing glasses and you look like you just bonding. You look like you bonding right now. Like it looked like it could just be the future. Like you don't know it right now, but like when he ends up as president of the United States, you're gonna be like, hey, Robert Zuckerman'S, man, I fucking put him in the friend zone. I shouldn't have done that. Should have given him ass. Like I said, Adam said, give him some ass. I didn't do it. And that's gonna happen. Sorry, it's gonna happen. It's the sleepers. You sleeping on him. You're going to wake up president. He's going to put me as vice president. I'm going to be like, all people in friend zone, give him ass. That's what I'm going to say as vice president. I'm going to say some weird shit. I'm sorry. So I was watching Shark Week the other day, right? You guys good in the back? Cool. Glad y'all here. She gave me the nod. Like, you ever seen the genie back in the... You ever seen that? She gave me the nod like that. I was like, cool. So I was watching. There it is. I was watching Shark Week the other day, right? I was watching Shark Week. It's crazy, man. They say if you ever encounter a shark, that you're supposed to punch him in the nose. Pow. I don't know. Is that the best that you guys came up with? Punch him in the nose? He has an advantage by like swimming underwater and shit. You know what I mean? Like I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What if I missed? I just tried so hard. I missed and he just bites my arm off. I'm gonna be pissed. You know what I'm saying? I'd be really pissed. But then I was thinking about it, and then I was like, well, what if I did punch the shark in the nose? What if I punch him dead in the nose? And I was just like, what? Pa! Is he just supposed to be like, you know what, you got me, dog. You know what, I shouldn't even be swimming over here anyway, dog. This water is way too shallow for me. You got me. I'm out. Hey, man, you guys been great. My name is Adam Sheba. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Litany of life right there. Adam, you reminded me of something, so I'm going to just indulge to fill a little bit of the time here. But I'm going to tell you guys a little joke about or a story about a leprechaun who was in Central Park in New York, and he was observing these two statues, and he looked at the statues and he said, you know, you two statues have been standing there frozen solid for 100 years. I take pity on you. I'm going to grant you 10 minutes total freedom of movement. So he waves his arm, and the statues look at each other and realize they can move, and they jump off the pedestal and go into some nearby bushes. And there's all this like scrambling and moaning and groaning and thrashing about. And so they come out 5 minutes later sighing and smoking cigarettes. And the one statue says to the other, "Oh, that was amazing. I never knew it could be so good." Ah. And the other statue goes, "Well, yeah, listen, we got 5 minutes left. This time you hold down the pigeon and I'll shit on it." Anyway. So the leprechaun and the pigeon thing, it reminded me of the pigeon thing. But anyway, so you guys are in for a real treat right now. And it is really my great pleasure and honor to introduce to you Davina. Is she here? Oh, wait. Okay.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, a fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, moon lights up the night. I light up when you call my name, and you know I'm gonna treat you right. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, a fever all through the night. Everybody's got the fever, that is something you all know. Fever isn't such a new thing, fever started long ago. Romeo loved Juliet, Juliet she felt the same. When he put his arms around her, he said, "Julie, baby, you're my flame, thou givest fever." When we kiss it, fever with that flaming youth. Fever, I'm on fire. Fever, yeah, I burn forsooth. Captain Smith and Pocahontas had a very mad affair. When her daddy tried to kill him, she said, "Daddy, oh, don't you dare, he gives me fever." With his kisses, fever when he holds me tight. Fever, I'm his missus, Daddy, won't you treat him right? Now you've listened to my story, here's the point that I have made. Chicks were born to give you fever, be it Fahrenheit or centigrade, they give you fever. When you kiss them, fever if you live and learn. Fever till you sizzle, oh, what a lovely way to burn. 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 Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Don Dimitri.
All right. Hi, my name is Don Dimitri Joseph, and I'll be performing a monologue. And this monologue is from The Dark Knight, Joker. The one is Why So Serious. Last time I did a different one. And thanks, Robert, for the opportunity. And all right, here we go. You want to know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker and a fiend. And one night he goes off crazier than usual. Mommy gets the kitchen knife to defend herself. He doesn't like that. Not one bit. So, me watching, he takes the knife to her, laughing while he does it. Turns to me and he says, "Why so serious, son?" He comes at me with the knife. "Why so serious?" He then sticks the blade in my mouth. Let's put a smile on that face. And why so serious? Innocent. I mean, I have another one, but you guys want? All right. That's funny. That's funny. All right. This is just a funny, like a comedy monologue from Dinner for Schmucks. All right. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, unless if you don't have any water and sugar. And then you eat the rind, and the rind will give you diarrhea. Vincent van Gogh. Everyone told him, "You can't be a great painter. You only have one ear." You know what he told them? "I can't hear you." So dare to dream. Dream your wildest dreams. You can climb the highest mountain. You can drown in a teacup if you find a big enough teacup. And if anyone says that you can't do something, say, "Yes, I can, because I'm doing it right now." All right. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Izzy.
How's everybody doing? Yeah, that's what's up, man. So I know what you're thinking. I look exactly like Morpheus from The Matrix. Morpheus is getting ready to tell some jokes, people. He doesn't just direct people to the Matrix. He gives you the red pill for funny, the blue pill for unfunny. So it's going to happen right now. I've been doing stand-up for a while now, and I was doing an open mic one night, and a comedy friend that we do the circuit with, he came up with this joke about, black people getting shot by the police. So he's giving advice to black people on not how to get shot by the police. So the idea is people are already uncomfortable with gay people. So if you're black and you get pulled over by the cops, to avoid getting shot, just act gay. Simple as that. White people, please don't take this to your communities and give this to your black friends as advice. Don't do it. This is horrible advice. We are already getting shot. That's bad enough as it is. The last thing we need is to get teabagged by the police as well. We don't need that. I didn't know y'all had something going on. I've known y'all for a long time. I had no idea. No, but the reason why I brought that up is because it's friend zone. It really does suck, man. Has this ever happened to you? Like you like somebody, but they don't like you back, and they insist on trying to hook you up with their friend, and then when they try to hook you up with their friend also puts you in the friend zone, and then their friend tries to hook you up with their friend who turns out to be ugly, and then they put you in the friend zone. And then their friend tries to hook you up with another friend who just so happens to be a guy who's not gay, but he won't put you in the friend zone because he's out of options too. Sucks. I don't like it. Homophobes are funny. They crack me up. Like, the legitimate homophobes, not people who discriminate against gay people. We'll just stick to calling them racist. We'll just do that. Homophobes are people who are genuinely afraid of gay people. And what's funny about them to me is that they really believe with all of their heart of hearts that gay people recruit other gay people to be gay. Like, I don't think that's how homosexuality works. Like, last time I checked, homosexuality wasn't a religious cult. It's not a life insurance policy. Homosexuality is not Primerica. Like, you don't have to recruit people to be gay. I don't think that's how that works. But what's really funny about that to me is that gay people don't know that they recruit until a homophobe tells them that they recruit. They're just as surprised as anybody else. So like somebody on Fox News, like Bill Riley, will say something like, and in other news today, Miley Cyrus has completely turned to like women. She's totally recruited now. And then gay people will look at each other like, really? That's how we work? We really go door to door and hand out people pamphlets to be gay? I didn't know we were Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah. Gay people are funny too. I like gay people. I like gay people who are honest with themselves. I like it when people are just honest with themselves and like to try and be themselves. Like that's a really big thing to do these days, to try and be yourself. So one thing that's really funny about gay people is that, have you ever had that gay person like you're really good friends with, but then they try to confide in you that they are gay, but they don't want the secret to come out. They don't want you to tell their secret, but it's painfully obvious to everybody that they're gay. Like it's not even a secret anymore. It's like, I have something to tell you. Can you keep a secret? Like, sure. What's the secret? I'm kind of gay. I'm a little homosexual. But please don't tell anybody. But and as a good friend, you say, okay, I won't say anything to anybody. But in the back of your head, you're like, you blew your secret a long time ago. You blew your own secret. Like anytime you come in contact with somebody, you are automatically already gay. Like there's no getting around it. Like you blew your secret just by appearance alone. Anytime somebody sees you, they're going to constantly hum YMCA and they're not going to know why. Conceal your own secret, gay people, if you're trying to keep it a secret. Men have to go through rejection a lot, don't we? Like when it comes to approaching women and trying to get a date, trying to even get in a relationship. We have that pressure a lot. Women don't necessarily have that pressure. Y'all get offered dates all the time. You don't have to worry about getting rejected. We have to worry about getting rejected. And on top of that, we have to worry about getting lied to. Like men get told like 1 of 3 lies by women, like generally all the time. There are probably more, but I can only pinpoint 3. So one of them is like, may I take you out to lunch or something like that? And the girl will say, I have a boyfriend already. That's one. The second one will be, I'm too busy to date. I don't really want to date right now. Just trying to get myself together. And the third one, this is brand new. I just heard this one the other day. I can't date you because I'm Caitlyn Jenner. Brand new, hot out the oven, folks. Brand new lie. Told to us helpless guys who get put in the friend zone. I'm messing with y'all for the entire night. The guy he just messed with y'all like totally. Have you ever noticed like when guys get in arguments, they act kind of like girls a little bit, like with their mannerisms. Like when they get into a heated argument, they kind of come out as a woman. You know what I mean? So guys nowadays, they'll clap when they're really intense in an argument. They'll clap down here when women will clap up here. So it's like men and women clap near the body part that means the most to them. And oddly enough, they clap near the body part that does the most damage. So that's one thing guys do. So another thing guys do is like they do this when they argue a lot. I don't know what this is. If you're in a relationship tonight, the next time your man does that to you, just sing to him. Look at the flick of that wrist. Hey, look at the flick. Just do that. If he doesn't bust out laughing after that and your argument's not over, you don't belong together. It's not going to work out. If my girlfriend did that to me, I would bust out laughing. But yeah. How's everybody doing? Just want to kind of break the ice. I don't know if the laughter was enough. Trying to think of some other stuff I want to talk about. So anyway, you two. It's obvious that you're not, nothing's going to happen. It's not that obvious. But I've known y'all for a while. I had no idea this was going on. Why didn't you tell me anything? You didn't know? There's always something sneaking up on somebody. Something's going to happen. Some magic's going to happen. Maybe not. Okay. How are y'all doing? Y'all a couple? Friends? Oh, a couple? Yeah. Okay. With the haircut, you kind of look like John Lennon a little bit. With the hair, yeah. John Lennon's pretty cool. So, how are you two doing? Y'all are a couple too? The date night? This is a free open mic. You're not that sneaky, dude. You're not that sneaky, man. How long y'all been dating? 2 years. Okay, so that doesn't matter then. You don't have to impress her. That's way over. That's way past gone now. You don't have to impress her now. How about you two? I don't know. Should I go around the room? I don't know. I'm picking on people. That's what I do up here. I've been picked on all my life. It's my turn. I was a nerd, man. I was a nerd growing up. I haven't grown out of it either. I'm still one. Still look like one. Yeah, nerds are dope. But y'all don't really look like nerds, though. Y'all look like popular people. You actually look like a Kardashian. I didn't mean that as a diss, though. They're good looking. I didn't mean to say you look talentless. I didn't mean that. You're just attractive. I'm not trying to hit on your girlfriend. You have a mohawk. You look dangerous. I don't want to go there with you. How about you, man? Solo dolo. Still in that friend zone. I heard you in the back, man. Rooting for him. Get out of that friend zone. Somebody got to make it out of here. It's not going to be me anytime soon. Like, I heard that in your voice. Body language speaks tones, man. You have nothing to say right now. Like, yeah, I'm not coming out of it. She's not going to say anything. I baked her brownies. I baked her cookies. I'm a baker, and she still kept me in the friend zone. Wouldn't that be messed up? Like, if you could cook, and you cook for her, and she still keeps you there? Like, how many times have you seen a guy actually cook something that doesn't taste like it's spoiled already? Like, we work hard in the kitchen. Like, it's horrible how hard we work in there. How about people in the back? How y'all doing? He just made that awkward look like, yeah. You're not funny, dude. He totally made that look. Let's see. Who else can I pick on? I got my eye on you two over there. Y'all a couple? Oh, you claim him. Right? I don't know. It was just something cool. So, like, I still don't know. Like, all you said was I claim him. I have no idea what's going on with these two. Okay, so all four of these people are a couple together. Let's just leave it at that. Huh? Well, it's okay. You're kind of like, it's a family couple. It's like Family Matters. But like 4 people. So you're like a combination of like Urkel and Winslow right now, and Stefan. A little bit. You're like this smooth guy right now. Like the aura that comes off of you is just straight up smooth. She's laughing because it's true. That doesn't help. It's still smooth. He could put on like a silly rabbit Trickster for Kids uniform and he'd still be pretty smooth operator, man. Yeah. That was a compliment. Please take that home with you. Take that with you. How much time do I have up here? I don't want to stop the other performers. Let's just wait till he's done talking so I can figure out if I should get off stage or there's so much affection going on back there. That never happens to me. She's 14. Oh, the singer. You did a great job, by the way. You did a great job. Am I going to see you next time to perform another song? Do you know what you're doing next time? Okay, I'll leave it as a surprise because you're not going to tell me. Just go home. Bye. Back to my original question. How much time do I have up here? Because I don't want to disrupt. 2 minutes? Wow, that's a lot of time. Okay. No, that's really a lot of time when you're doing stand-up. What was I talking about? I haven't talked about it in a while. I've been thinking about this too. I wonder if thugs are ticklish. Like, are they? Like, are they capable of being ticklish? Like, would you like if a thug robbed you in the street and he said, "Give me all your money or you'll die," and you tickle him? Would you get away with that? Like, tickle, 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 and he just drops to the floor. Like, would that be possible? This is the stuff I think about. I'm alone a lot, people. When you're alone, you think too much. Yeah. So, where are you from? Colombian, Argentina. You sound like Antonio Banderas when you did that. Do you know he's actually a pretty good singer? I didn't know that. You know who else is a good singer? Robert Downey Jr. I didn't know that. That's just fun facts. There's no joke. There's no joke attached to that at all. It's just fun facts that people probably didn't know. So let's talk about something current. That's something that's current and irrelevant at the same time. How many people are like rap hip hop fans in here? Y'all make noise. Don't raise your hands. This is not class. This is not. I know this is like an FIU open mic, but we are not in class right now. There you go. That's what I'm talking about, man. Number one supporter. So if y'all are rap fans, y'all been following that Drake and Meek diss, right? The whole beef. What was the last like rap beef? Because I haven't been keeping up.
Probably Nas and Jay-Z.
Nas and Jay-Z. How do y'all feel about that? Like Drake and
Me personally?
anybody, Drake and Meek beefing.
My personal opinion. I think music has changed dramatically throughout time. So I feel like when you're throwing a diss out there in especially 2015, I think Drake, who's a singer, did an absolutely amazing job dissing Meek Mill, where Drake did nothing in his behalf. Meek Mill got sensitive, started throwing disses at Drake. Drake came out with 2 tracks in 4 days dissing Meek Mill, and they were both fire. Now, back in the day, it was different, because you had Tupac, Hit 'Em Up, you had Biggie, you had Nas, you had all these people that were about that life. The game's changed. So there's no gunfire, there's no nothing. It's about lyrics, and it's about who delivers. So when I listened to Drake's response and firing away, I was so impressed, because everything he said was real, everything he said was honest, and I was blown away. And back in the day, when Dipset, when Jay-Z got fired at, when Dipset got fired at, they would come back the same day. The same day. You had 2 hours to respond. Meek Mill waited. It's been a week now. To me, it's over.
To everybody, it's over.
You can't wait a week and then respond. It's the entertainment industry. People want what they want. There's too many memes out there. There's too many things going on.
Way too many jokes.
Unless you come out with the illest thing I've ever heard in my life, Drake wins.
Yeah, it's like, it's like when you're in an argument with somebody and then there's like a 5-second rule. Like you can't like retaliate after 15 minutes after, like, it's over. Like, what's my next diss? 15 minutes later, you're garbage, and it's like, that's a wrap, man. It's over. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, folks. Thank you.
I got a good one. Back in the day, in the 70s, that's dating myself a little bit, but I was in college in the Bay Area at Berkeley, and a group of us were hanging out one night, and these 2 really pretty blonde sisters were visiting from New York, and we were hanging out. And one of the younger sister was telling me about, I don't know if you guys remember flashing. People would go and, like, they'd be on a subway or somewhere, and they'd open some guy would come in a trench coat and be naked underneath. Flash. So this one girl was telling how she was on the subway in New York, and some guy came up to and flashed her, and she just looked at him and goes, "Oh wow, that looks like a penis, only smaller." It was like the perfect response. Anyway, thank you, thank you. Anyway, it is my great pleasure to introduce Surah. Please give a warm welcome.
Give it up for Robert for hosting this awesome new place. Yeah. This is my first time here. Popping my virginity with all of you. All right. Ever had an Asian before? Today's the day, son. Not what you expected, huh? You did not expect to lose your virginity with an Asian today, did you, ma'am? Swinging. Everyone's doing it. Miley Cyrus is doing it. It's your time, too, sweetheart. Yeah. So I just graduated. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. 8th grade was really tough. Yeah, I know I look young, like that 14-year-old girl left. I'm like, wait, don't I know you from somewhere? Like, fuck. Yeah. Konnichiwa. Yeah. People say that shit to me all the time. Like, what does that mean? I'm Korean, motherfucker. Yeah. I'm Korean, but I was adopted when I was a baby because I was abandoned in a box. Yeah, I'm a box baby. Started from a box, now I'm here. But yeah, I was adopted by 2 white people because, you know, white people love buying humans. It's okay. They're all smiling, so we're good. Just wanted to let everyone know. So yeah, but my parents, they didn't tell me that I was adopted until I was 13 years old. I was like, no shit. What's for dinner? Yeah. So I grew up in a really small town, like a very white town. Like, I was the blackest person in my town. Like, when my school put on a play of America's Next Top Model, I landed the role of Tyra. I didn't even try out. Like, what? So I've grown to realize that I'm pretty much as Asian as a California sushi roll. Like, yeah, I look really exotic, but I'm really just imitation crab. So yeah. But looking Asian, though, it has its advantages. It has its advantages. Like, the other day, I was driving the wrong way down a one-way. Because, you know, some stereotypes are true. But when the cop pulled me over, all I had to say was, oh, sorry, I didn't know. And he let me go. Yeah. So, yeah, that's good. Yeah, so I just got a boob job. Yeah, I can't find the fucking receipt. Like, what? Oh my God, I need that. Yeah. Oh, we were talking about the friend zone. I was hanging out with my guy friend the other day, and he's in the friend zone because, you know, I put him there. But he is trying harder than a Cuban to get out. Right? Like, he thinks that just because we're friends, he deserves benefits. It's like, guys, sorry, this is not Obamacare, okay? So we were hanging out, and strictly platonic, watching Netflix. No warning whatsoever, he just whips out his dick. Like, not even on a nice, like, red velvet pillow, just... Okay. Like, this is awkward. So your dick being out, it reminds me of when Saw 6 came out. Yeah, just because it's out doesn't mean I want to see it. Put that shit away. So yeah. So, the other day I heard someone call a gay guy a motherfucker. He's like, yo, you are such a motherfucker. I'm like, ooh, that's really harsh. It's more like brotherfucker, right? Like, Yeah. I was walking down the street and I saw this guy, this homeless guy, wearing a shirt that says, "Love is all you need." I think he took that shit a little too literally. I think he took that shit a little too literally. But yeah. No, so I know you guys are all like, "Oh wow, she's so perfect," but I'm not. Like, I actually have missing fingers. I have 5 fingernails, to be exact. But yeah, it's okay though because like when I go get my nails done, for example, well, it's always an awkward situation because when I walk in the nail salon, they're like, "Why you can't do your own nail?" But I'm like, listen, I only have 5 fingernails. Like, can you guys give me a discount? And they're like, "Oh, I don't know what they're saying, but they're talking some shit." I'm like, listen, it's not that difficult. Just give me the 5-finger discount, okay? So now I'm like, fuck the nail salon. I'm going to CVS. So I go to CVS and I can paint all my nails before they can even smell the nail polish in the next aisle. So that's what I be doing. Yeah. But having a small hand, though, it has its advantages. Like, it will make your dick look black, okay? Guaranteed. Yeah. So let's see. So I wanted to try out some new stuff. So I was listening to that song, girls, they want to have fun. Yeah, girls, all they want to do is have fun, right? I was like, what do you guys want to do? It's like, what do you guys want? Oh, yeah, guys want to have fun, too, minus the N at a CK. That's what guys want to do. Yeah, is that correct? No? Fuck, that's what it spells. Okay. All right, we tried it. Cool. So, have you ever been to jail before? No? Okay. Well, shit, I am more badass than a black guy. I feel cool. Yeah. I've been to jail. Yeah. I actually went to jail because I stole from this bitch. Some of you may know her. Her name's Macy's. Yeah. And so they were like, we're going to have to call the cops. And I was like, fuck the police. Don't call the cops. Well, then the cop showed up, and he was this tall, dark, handsome George Clooney guy. And he was bending me over, putting handcuffs on me. And I was like, maybe I do want to fuck the police. That's what it means. I'm not sure. But yeah. So growing up, I went to band camp. Yeah. Well, I don't even know if you can call it band camp. Like, it's more like just violin camp. Like, I wasn't even cool enough to have a whole band, apparently. But all right, that's all I wanted to say about that. That's it. Okay. Just trying to find, my way back to feeling good about that time in my life. Okay. Cool. So, are you guys together? Okay. All right. You could do better. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. She's just really pretty, and you're okay. I'm sure you got a really big bank account. I don't know. No, but big feet. Those look like size 7s to me, but okay. That's cool. Well, it's cool. Any Latins in the house tonight? I love you guys. You guys are like black beans, and I'm like white rice, We go together very well. Okay. Oh my gosh, let me get a drink here. So I was cat sitting the other day, which is weird considering my people's reputation with those animals. No, I would never eat a cat. I prefer kitten. Oh, man. So I was telling you guys that my parents are white, and my dad's side of the family is all from the South. And we used to go down there for the summer
and spent a lot of time there. And man, they can eat, right? They know how to eat, like cornbread, biscuits, fried chicken, butter. It was so good. Like the only thing green on my plate was like the rind on the watermelon, you know? And I would spend some time down there, and I'd kind of start to develop a little bit of a southern draw, you know? Not because I was hanging out with all the southerners, but because my chin was getting so fat that I couldn't pick it up. All right, guys. Thank you very much. My name is Sura.
Want to we're going to like shift directions a little bit here now in terms of the energy, but it gives me great pleasure to introduce Ocean Drive Jeff.
I'm gonna go left field. I didn't even know we were allowed to curse, but since you said something about the police shooting and stuff like that, just thought of something. I swear this shit fucked up. They supposed to protect us. We scare one of them, they kill one of us. Looking at the news, you like, damn, what the fuck it make you want to do them fucks like how they did one of us, face down, take rounds, tapes found, play it for the court, crack a smile and beat trial, let they mama feel hurt. How that pain feel now? We been going through this shit for a long damn time. And I ain't racist by a long shot. I'm spitting facts. Do them bullets got our names on them? I gotta ask, cause this shit's getting out of hand. I'm losing my head, cause every time them boys pop up, we ending up dead. And all them nights in KOD had my Panther side weak. Black male dead, I ain't watching in a week, I'm numb to it. Educators to the slumlords, unified by the thousands to fight for this one boy. Two sides to a story, he ain't got no voice. God put him on this earth, and that was not your choice. Social sites and these itches got my losing hard. You sounded positive, they say you trying to sound smart, and it's sad. Trey Martin gave it all that he had, and then that fucking faggot shot him. Type of fuck shit is that? That we forgot it in some weeks, seeing tape one Monday. I was taking part, living fast, dying one day. Love blowing paper till my pockets out of money. Really love the game, but I really love money. Shit. Really spit it till my arteries killed. These niggas lying to the public and they ought to be killed. Got jits out here really in the field getting hit. Why you fabricate a lie to try to get you a hit? Thank you. Ocean Drive Joe. For my whole life, I was held down by peer pressure. Scared that if I died, you would never hear my message. Standing here today now, I feel a certain way now that you can hear my message. I live a dream over everything. I bleed until I fall to my knees and make godly pleas to open the gates and pardon me. And forget every chick that ain't acknowledge me behind dollars. We regard as the God which bothers me. For I'm not doing this for a paycheck. First things first, I'm doing to expose a hell which we call earth. Pain because it hurts when you love, way more than when you see blood. Caging these so-called thugs who only throw slugs at the same ones police use guns on, but it makes it different when you got a badge on. Kids, we abuse them. Minds, we diffuse them. Guns, we misuse them when they should be on the same motherfuckers causing all this confusion. Learn the ways of life. Learn the ways of life. Expand your mind. Because when alone, don't look behind. Because if a gold mine is struck, you only see foes behind. I close my eyes and speak from soul. Because when dead and gone, there'll be no silver and gold. As I translate my mental through pencil, I pray you understand and it hits you. That it takes a rain of bullets for the ones you love to so-called miss you. So don't get it messed up, for the fame you're looking for will only be found through a 4-4 in a spot on that floor. As a wise man once said before, you're nobody till somebody kills you. Sells a meal, do not what I want to see, so I stay awake to avoid a nightmare and live a dream. Not to make money and flaunt it, but to express the haunted that lives within me. For those unfriendly who envy my work of art in dark, I pray and promise it never rolls apart, whatever I may get through this art. Inspired by 300 in the valley of death, I give you what's left with every last breath. I'm only man. Thank you, everybody. Ocean Drive Joe.
Well, I feel like you've just pushed me down a road of thought, and I'm like speeding along, and I'm just kind of waiting for everything to catch up. So thank you. But we're going to stay on that road with a beautiful poetry, a beautiful poet, Johnson Gene. I met Johnson at the Betsy Hotel where he works, and it was a few years ago. We were standing in the lobby, and I was having a photo exhibit there. You guys out? No, it's okay. And then we were just talking, and he was in the middle of work, and I said, "What do you do?" And he goes, "I'm a poet." And I said, "Oh, you got something for me?" And so right in the middle of the lobby, he recited this beautiful poem about his son, and I was like literally standing there crying. So that's my little intro to this man, Johnson Gene. Please give it up.
Thank you. First of all, I would say thank you, Robert, and thank you for everyone to being here. It's really a great thing when we could come together. All this nonsense outside these walls, it's great to see smiling faces. First of all, I've been writing poems since I was like, when my son mother left me when I was like 21, 22 years old. And the thing about it is, ever since I wrote this, I can remember all those poems. But a year ago, I started writing more, and I read like at least 3 books a week. So I just write, and all of a sudden, I used to have all those poems in my head. But since I started reading more, I started writing more. Now I got to just write them down and recite them. So I usually have them in my head, so I wrote this one down. So when Robert called me, he told me, hey, I need you here next week. I was like, man, you know what? I got to fix this up. So it took me like 30 minutes to write it. So I've been touching it up. So let's go. It's titled A Mother's Lost. Today I heard one heartbeat less than a soul that will never see the morning ray. One less mouth to feed of a mother's love. One less diaper to change. One toothless smile that will never be seen. A seed that will never grow into its potential trees of possibilities. An afterthought of what might have been but will never ever be. One tear less that a mother won't have to wipe away. One less. Do the math as we take another soul away. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. A step that started as first crawl by an infant that was. Every mountain started as a grain of sand. Look at what the sand became. So imagine what that baby can achieve if it's given a chance at life. Just imagine the millions of smiles that the faces of innocence can produce. A mother's loss. My baby, she whispers, holding out her empty arms. Tomorrow she will remember. Thank you, guys. Huh? Oh, I don't remember it. But the one Robert was about my son. Every time, hey, you like to hear it, so okay. There we go. If I could tell my son anything, it's to be a man in a land of hate. Never degrade women because you came out of one. Stand tall, be proud of your complexion as a black man. As a minority in this country, I believe that is worth hard. As a minority in this country, I believe that everything's worth fighting for. Damn, I remember that poem. All right, let me start over again. I haven't done this in like 2 years. If I could tell my son anything, it's to be a man in a land of hate. Never degrade woman. I don't remember the poem. I really don't.
You do. Take your time, man.
Okay, you want to sit down and come back up when you remember it?
Yeah, I don't remember it as much.
Open mic is at even when if you're not pre-registered, if you come here and you want to speak, anyone in the room can get up. So if you feel inspired, you want to get up. I'm looking at you. But anyway, for right now, please give a warm welcome to Nueche.
Hi, everyone. So I wasn't going to come up here. I really wasn't. But I said, why not? I'm a spoken word artist in the area. My name is Nueche. That's what I go by. Just coming from work, so let's do this. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it burn. And I'm not talking about Usher. But where were the ushers when those 4 little girls were looking for their mother? They wouldn't have been bombed if they had just found their mother. Excuse my rant. But I just had a dream that I was a mother. And my daughter was named Reality. And when she was old enough to put her words into sentences, I asked her who she wanted to be, and she said, Mama, reality wants to be whiter. And I said, why not a doctor? And she said, because you were never able to pay your medical bills. And I said, why not a teacher? And she said, because school books don't teach reality. And I said, why not a lawyer? And she said, why would I support a constitution that outlawed segregation in Section 2 but put our single mothers in Section 8? Mama, they used to use our babies as alligator bait. Now they use our sons as targets. They used to make us raise their stock but didn't teach us the stock market. That's when reality said to me, we used to be like ornaments, hanging from trees. Now their hands became the ropes. Garner still can't breathe. They took our history out of schools now that we can read. But what's the point in having books if Garner still can't breathe and Trayvon still can't walk? Mike Brown, rest in peace. They called 911, but he was killed by police. King said to walk in peace. That's when they pulled out the piece. In Selma and Ferguson. And their guns still have not been confiscated. King said morality cannot be legislated, but behavior can be regulated. And I'm quite devastated that one day reality is going to grow up. And I don't know if her mindset will change. Because reality is our kids know Armani exchange, but don't know foreign exchange. Know a G3 by name and never been to a range. What an analogy. That my daughter would be named Reality. And one day she would say to me, Mama, look, I can now hold hands with the whites. But every industry is owned by the whites. You owe loans to the whites, and I'd say you're right. And when I looked into her eyes, I saw the reflection of my mother. And all those times that she cried, and all those times that I whined, and all those times that she tried, and when I turned around, I had another. I had just given birth to Reality's little brother named Prosperity. And when reality met prosperity, it all became clear to me why King kept walking, and Rosa kept sitting. And Mama kept praying while they raised the cost of living. See, we can't change reality. But with a mentality of clarity, we can reach prosperity. So I gathered them up and I brought them near to me and I said, let me teach you a song. Let me teach you a melody that will help clear your mind. No, it won't change the world, but it will keep you trying. And I sang, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it. Thank you.
Y'all pretty good. Nah, the thing is, I used to do stand-up poetry. I haven't done it like 2-3 years. So going back to it, man, it made me see the reason why I started doing it, because when I see two talented, beautiful people doing their thing, man, that just take me back. Because they used to call me Dark Flow. You know what I mean? So I haven't done this in 2 years, but I reached out to it. So there we go. If I could tell my son anything, it's to be a man in the land of hate. Never degrade women because you came out of one. Stand tall, be proud of your complexion as a black man. As a minority in this country, I believe that everything's worth fighting for because nobody will ever give you freedom. Nobody gives you equality, justice, or anything. As a man, you take it. But it all starts with education. Be humble, be responsible, studious with class. Respect your elders. Pull your pants up because these old people march for your dumb ass. Never follow your friends. Choose your own path. Sit in front, not behind the class. And I will tell him that I love him every day. Be present each and every of his birthday. Let the whole world know he's mine. Show him that it doesn't take money to be a father. It takes time. Teach him how to be a gentleman. Open and close the door for his women. Tell him it takes more than your manhood to be a man in this nation. Carrying a gun doesn't make you a man in any situation. Real men sit down, talk, work out their problems, and I will show him that a man is quick to listen and slow to speak. And we will have a father and a Sunday, morning service on Sunday. I will be there till my days are done. I will be a father to my son. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Johnson. Next up, Patrick Duval. Please give a warm round of applause.
My name is Patrick. This song is called Tears. called, what's this one called? It doesn't have a name yet, but My Favorite Girl, is that what it's called? I don't have any money, and I don't have a job. I'm just sitting here watching the clouds go by. And then you came and looked me in the eyes. Oh, you said everything was gonna be alright. You are my favorite girl. You are my favorite girl. Oh, you are my favorite girl. You are my favorite girl. Ooh. The next day I wake up and it's all the same. Nothing ever changes in my life. But there you are again, walking towards me. You grab my hand and tell me, baby, I love you. You are my favorite girl. You are my favorite girl. Oh, you are my favorite girl. You are my favorite girl. Ooh. You take my breath away. Yeah, you do. Ooh. I was blind until I met you. You take my breath away. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You never stop believing or losing your faith in me. It's funny how I got lost, but you're still next to me. Is this a dream or did I wake up in my back in my misery? I love you, and baby, you love me. You are my favorite girl. You are my favorite girl. Oh, you are my favorite girl. You are my favorite girl. Ooh.
In my photography career, I met a curator in New York, and this was going back to like the mid 1970s. And he looked at my photographs, and back then I was photographing a lot of like urban landscapes, buildings, and graphics, which were very, a lot of high contrast, visually stunning stuff. And he said to me, your imagery is stunning, but it lacks emotional content. And when he said those words, emotional content, which translates into feeling, that all of a sudden, that was like a light going off for me, and that became the most important element, like more important than technique is emotion and feeling. So, Patrick, I think you ought to try and put a little more feeling into your work. I'm just kidding. Patrick exemplifies that what that man said to me. Anyway, with that, I welcome Madeline.
Hello, everybody. Please excuse my voice. I'm kind of getting over something now.
So I just want to tip my hat to all the performers that have gone before me. I mean, you guys are extremely, extremely talented. So I'm like, why am I even up here? Sometimes how I feel. But anyway, I like to write. I like to write poetry. And this is my first time up here. This is my second time here, but first time actually doing something. I'm really, really nervous. Very, very nervous. But anyway, this is one poem I wrote speaking of the friend zone. So I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna go with it. But mind you, I wrote this a while ago. So this one is called My Story. Okay. Oh, and I'm sorry, I'm not off book, but yeah, don't mind that. My story. The first steal of your glance, a smile in advance. My head turns and I see your eyes. Captivating is its hold, emanating the moon's glow that directs the ebb and flow of the tides. Approaching your presence, you speak, your breath heaven, wanting to be there all of my days. Tell me your secrets, your desires, the dreams kept. Unfold your heart that I may know your ways. Through conversation, I'll know you more, seeing what your heart beats for. But do you even know the depth of my care? For it is in my head that I've conjured this beautiful love story my heart sponsored, because you don't even know that I'm there. Sad. Yeah. This next poem I wrote is dedicated to those who've lost a loved one recently, and especially everything that's going on in the news right now. # Black Lives Matter. That's a constant thing that we're seeing all the time now. And so anyway, this is what I wrote. It's called What Happens When. What happens to the dead when the living keeps on? Living, breathing, experiencing new days. What happens to the living who can't keep on? The fog of memories of what was now lay in haze. Who thinks of the dead when the living keeps on, hustling, hurrying, making their presence known? Who thinks of living when the dead is gone, the heart groaning with thoughts forlorn? One truth, one constant is time. The enemy of plans for tomorrow made today. Time is everlasting, never changing, never stopping, never holding its breath, not even for a second to hear your heart beat again. No, the earth continues in heavy rotation, where thoughts soar past the sun into heavenly realms, where space breaks the monotonous time into shards of yesterday, where time no longer exists, but a day is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as a day. What happens to the living who can't keep on? Who thinks of living when the dead is gone? Hope. Hope helps the living on, waiting expectantly to where heaven meets earth and our eyes finally meet again, because the silence of your absence is deafening. Thank you. Oh, and thank you so much, Robert, for this wonderful safe space we have for expression. So I really appreciate this that you've created here. Thank you.
Very lucky to have another spontaneous guest. Please welcome Chris M.
Hello guys, my name is Chris. First time I've ever actually been to this, and sorry for my amateurness to this. All right, so my friend kind of convinced me to do a little lyric that I had here. So yeah, here it goes. I feel an obligation to free the people of slavery, forgotten emancipation because there's no bravery, steady inflation while banks control the cavalry. Freedom feels far away, and we hide so cowardly. Instead of ought to be, scream I'm proud to be, we inwardly manifest in negative energy, acting bitterly instead of focusing on the synergy. Literally, we rather fight our own symmetry. Instantly, always fall in the same mentality. In actuality, we end up hindering our own ability. Can't stand formality, rather break it with brutality. Forget the abnormality, focus on commonality. Always wondering or asking, what's the nationality? Instead of the personality, we hide in confidentiality, and girls miss the sensuality, yet guys miss the hospitality. Even when the things are hard, focus on positivity. That's it.
Well, it's been great, and if everyone can make sure that you leave your email address with Alexis back there, then we'll make sure to let you know when the next one's going to be. Probably going to be sort of, toward the end of August, but we haven't set the date yet. I have to just check with the scheduling here. But also, if anyone's interested, if you saw these photos with stories on the wall here, those are all my work, and it's a body of work that I've been doing since 2002. I don't know if many may or may not know this, but I was a photographer in the movie business. So I did a lot of the promos for a lot of big films like the first 3 Transformers, and it's kind of like a Hollywood guy. But you kind of want to do something with your craft, like everyone here, to put forth a good message, good energy. And after 9/11 happened, when we were all overshadowed with everything was about terror, I came to the realization that the antidote to terror is in the richness of everyday life that's all around us. You can stop and talk to someone, and that's like the meat, the essence of life. And so I just began documenting these random encounters that I'd have with people, and it turned into a whole body of work. And I'd send around the stories, and they're very personal. And then I'd send around some big movie poster, like in the email, and someone would say, well, nice poster, but I like the stories better. So I kind of knew I was onto something. So I think basically a lot of expression that people really get to, with your music or with your, comedy or lyrics, if you come from the heart, then people are going to connect with it. Back in the 90s, I have 2 disabled sisters, and one is very badly disabled, quadriplegic, and my mom was a single mom, and she got into a lot of debt. Just as it happened with credit card debt, she probably owed like $70,000 in debt, and I was trying to, rather than declare bankruptcy, I was talking to a lot of bill collectors that were constantly calling, trying to make settlements with them, which I was able to do at the time, like you pay half or whatever, you settle for something. And bill collectors, I'm sure if, who, has anyone here dealt with bill collectors? So, they're not the nicest people. And so I got this one really nasty lady one time, and she was like really, she wouldn't budge an inch. And finally I would just say to her, well, my mom got into debt because I have a sister who has an unknown genetic condition. I was okay at the time. This started about 10 years ago. So I said, she's quadriplegic and she's in a wheelchair, and all of a sudden the lady goes, oh, well, my father's in a wheelchair too. He has cerebral palsy. So then we ended up talking for like half an hour in a friendly way, just because we went to that personal level. So I don't know if that's a good technique to try with bill collectors, but anyway, listen. Which reminds me of another quick story. Is this is also back in the mid '90s, and I was living in Los Angeles, but I was dating this girl, and we went to New York together, and we were staying at this place called the Mayflower Hotel, which is right on Central Park West near Columbus Circle, a very classic old hotel, really nice. And one night we had like a small suite, and I see this mouse like crawl across the room, and it wasn't big, it was just a mouse. It kind of went, but I went down and told the management, and they put us up there. They have this like suite on the top floor, which is a suite that Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, and it's got like 5 bedrooms. It has a 360-degree view, and so we got to stay there for 3 days for the same rate. So always remember, if you see a mouse in your room, that's another technique you can use. Anyway, okay. I want to thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. If you've left your email or contact, we'll let you know when the next one's going to be, probably in about 3 or 4 weeks, like toward the end of August. And please come back, and please tell everyone about it, okay? Thank you very much. Thank you.